After a 3-year layoff, the Formula One Championship returned to Singapore in dramatic fashion as rain beneath the Marina Bay lights produced a breathtaking race. But it wasn't the best of races for the championship leader Max Verstappen because of a costly mistake made by Red Bull. What was this error? Stay tuned to find out, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest. After the race start was delayed by 65 minutes, Sergio Perez jumped on Charles Leclerc right at the beginning of the race and never gave up the lead on the route to his 4th career victory and his 2nd of the season. All the talk ahead of the weekend was of Verstappen's potential to wrap up a 2nd F1 championship with a 6th consecutive victory. However, that winning streak was broken due to both an error made by Red Bull and a poor performance from Max himself. The race got underway with Max Verstappen in the 8th spot on the grid. This occurred as a result of a mistake made by Red Bull during the qualifying session. During that qualifying session, Red Bull instructed Verstappen to stop his penultimate lap early in order to get track position for a final pole push. The data showed that he was only a few seconds away from claiming the pole position on his final run. However, the team had concerns that he wouldn't have enough fuel for the post-session scrutineering, so they instructed him to return to the pit lane. Christian Horner, the principal of the Red Bull team, revealed that Max Verstappen was 1.5 seconds ahead of the competition on pole position during his aborted 6th flying lap. Horner also admitted that his crew had made an error in monitoring fuel levels. He also backed Verstappen to take advantage of potential wet conditions in what is one of the most grueling and unpredictable races on the calendar. But that wasn't how things turned out during the race on Sunday. Horner said, "It was our mistake. With the track ramping up, we assumed 5 laps was the maximum we could do, and we actually managed to get into a position where we won ourselves a 6th lap. Fuel was going to be too close to the limit, and rather than starting from the pit lane, we elected to abort the lap, which is obviously massively frustrating for Max and for the whole team. It relegates him to 8th, but it's better than starting from the pit lane." This Red Bull error infuriated Max, and he yelled over the team radio, "I don't get it, mate. What the fuck is this about?" After the race, he said, "I felt good on the lap before, but then they told me to abort, so okay, we did that. And then on the final lap, they told me to box, and I realized what was going to happen. We ran out of fuel. It's just incredibly frustrating and shouldn't happen. When you underfuel it or you don't plan to do 6 laps, then at least you track it throughout the session that you're not going to make it. We should have seen that way earlier. I'm not happy at all at the moment." In the race on Sunday, after getting off to a sluggish start off the line, Verstappen was forced to scramble in 12th place on the first lap of the race. However, in the usual manner, he began to scythe through the midfield and worked his way up to 6th place. However, a loss of control that occurred when attempting to pass Lando Norris's McLaren on a wet dry surface at turn 7 was ultimately fatal to any ambitions of finishing on the podium. Verstappen did at least put up a fight by taking advantage of a mistake made by Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes later in the race and then passing Sebastian Vettel's Aston Martin to finish 8th. Teammate Perez, meanwhile, put recent troubles to one side to prove exactly why he has been signed to a multi-year contract extension. On a weekend where Ferrari had a chance to take a 1-2 into the Japanese Grand Prix, the Mexican driver Perez secured victory with what is widely considered the best performance of his career, despite the incredibly challenging conditions. What are your thoughts about the Red Bull mistake that cost Verstappen pole position during qualifiers? Let us know in the comment section below. That'll be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching Epic F1 News.